What's up, everybody? It's Mac Hot Mondays. This is episode 66, and today we've got NITEPUNK with us.
Mac Hot Mondays.
It's about to go off.
This is not enough. Been looking forward to this for a while.
Yeah, me too. Super happy I'm here, guys.
Awesome.
You guys, so it's gonna be super fun.
I'm just gonna blast social media real quick. I'll get you guys this link.
Blast one. So what made you come name NITEPUNK? Out of curiosity.
It was happening right before. Actually, we happened right after here. States. I was doing music differently before in Georgia. So me coming here was like complete switch in my life. And I thought I wanted to change name. And punk. The word punk always very attractive to me because of how much of like a character word has.
Right.
You know, like punk just like I don't know, doesn't care. You know. And night is just because I knew night person. I feel makes peace at night, and I feel like night is also very creative. You know, I create many things. So I was like, and then kind of develops this character behind the whole night in music as well.
I like how you spell night too. Like it's an name.
Yeah, I wanted to like the whole concept that's just like one word with its own meaning. You know, not like nights separately one concept. So yeah. And we posted about streams. So we're online.
Everything is live.
Yeah.
I'm just setting out my links as well.
So link in bio. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So let me share. Well.
Lasha,
Yeah.
Did you start producing music in Ableton? Because you're in Ableton now, is that right?
Yeah. Actually, I started on Reason.
Really?
Yeah. But actually, my first attempt at making music was on even way before. On my phone, I have Sony. I have what was it called? It was like DJ something. And it had this weird small sequencer, and it had already pre-made loops and sounds, and that was just making some beats on. That was fun.
That's like almost FLU. I was like, can or something. And I was like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
And there's a game that you could make your own rock tunes. But did you ever play that Flash game? There's this old fucking band game that you literally. It reminded me of Mario Paint game, but like with tune. Yeah. I'm just thinking punk right now. Punk-O-Matic.
Oh
wow.
That was my song. Punk-O-Matic and Mario Paint.
Yeah. So and then after that, I moved to. It was like EJ Dance 7. It was also like same kind of stuff, like pre-made loops and all the stuff. It was more like a game. when I was like 14, I decided to actually dedicate my time to make music and like go with it. And then I moved to FL Studio. Use FL, right?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, Colin's touched the video a lot Logic and then Ableton. I'm still in FL though.
Yeah, I used to do, I did Logic for like 7.5 years, and then I moved into Ableton 9, like, pretty much exclusively because they had the deal where you bought 9 at a discount, and they were doing that so that when Live 10 dropped, it would immediately, like, upgrade you for free. So I was like, okay, I guess now's the time to try it, and, like, I haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
So are you still in FL, or was that just temporary?
No, I do Ableton. Yeah. I used FL for a short time, making like small hip hop beats. I actually did Reaching Part in the end, piano melody, like hip hop beat. That was my first ever project there. But then I saw like more tutorials for Ableton. Then I would find like for FL, or no, just like so how freeform it was. This will help me to like learn more.
It's sweet, man. It's good that you tried a bit of everything, including DJ. Yeah. I guess it's funny how that imprints in your brain. That like I never really realized it. But I played Guitar Hero World Tour, which had like its own fucking sequencer, and you could make your own songs and like shit like that. Like, funny how you don't notice how appealed you were to producing until you're actually been a producer for a while, and you're like, fuck, I was a producer.
I remember my first thing that I did was it was actually like on a Scion website. They had like this music maker sequencer and everything. So my brother and I started on that, and then and then we finally got like FL after playing around on that for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's so
Dude,
cool.
It was
honestly, I know Recoil. I think I told you this before, but Recoil was like the main those other tracks that I want to like have on the phone.
Yeah.
When I was in like high school.
That's so funny.
Really. When I was like in high school, when they first found it, dubstep music. Wait, actually, let me. Do I have a link? Oh yeah. Let me quickly update my Instagram.
And I'm sorry everybody about the resizing shit too. I know you can probably see that, but I'm gonna have to figure out something a little more stable about the video input. So
Tap and share.
You can share the link. You could do this. Just me.
that's worse. That's way worse. It just gives me a big blue Skype screen. It's happening with Lasha's too, so it must be something with Skype as a whole, unfortunately.
Okay. Hold on. So yeah, it was so cool. That like I kind of
Yeah, that's really wild.
It's really dope. I found it was like Georgia's Got Talent, and the people were dance crew. It was like a dance crew. They had the dance on Pendulum Showdown.
Oh shit!
And it was so
and
weird.
it was so
weirdest thing I've
weird.
ever
It
had.
was
But
the
also,
weirdest
like,
thing I've ever had.
dope,
But also
dope,
like
dope beats.
Yeah.
Beats. Because I was like a dancer myself.
Because I was
and,
like a dancer myself, and I would always pay the grooves and beats and stuff. Like the grooves and beats and stuff.
So
I was like, this is so crazy.
This weird
Plus
sounds,
this weird
you know?
sounds, you know.
And
I thought Excision
I
was
thought
a
Excision was a genre.
first.
it was like a super vocal step.
Wow.
You know, like first that, first Excision, 2009, and 10, and I deleted all my songs on my phone. I had like That's It, Excision, some recoil.
You went through the same phase. You went through the same phase, mom. It's not a phase,
Yeah,
mom.
yeah. Exactly. So that was cool. But we were talking about you being a producer before you actually realizing. I agree. Because when I was a little kid, like I remember, I was like talking to my friend about this. And I was a dancer around like 7, 8 years. You know, it's like 7, 8 years old. I was imagining this weird sequence in my head. I was like, what if this like small Christmas bombs, just like sequence like this, like 1/4 rhythm, and then you put like ones in between, and just like blow all of them. I just kind of created the concept of like Ableton in my head. Just like cartoon beats and stuff.
It's funny how your skill sets and other things transfer over to producing. Like you imagine like dancing kind of thing at first. Like with me, I was a video editor before producing. I would just think video game. I would just think
right?
someone getting sniped when
Exactly. Hell yeah.
when a synth would hit.
yeah. Like you know, you feel every part. For me, it's definitely dancing and just like my past as a dancer definitely helps me a lot with like grooves and stuff when it comes to beats. And
So do you think that comes through a lot in your productions too? Like you think of it like as a dance floor item, like a lot of the time.
when I think that's just part of like I think part of the groove that's like beyond the drums because I don't mean like the drum sounds or anything, just like the groove. You know, like what does it make you feel? Like how does it make you move? Tempo and all that stuff. But like mostly my main imagination with music, it's like just images, just weird images. Because I have synesthesia, and it's just very visual. When I sound design or do anything, it's just like almost like a 3D shape right in front of me.
Right.
And it's
I was gonna say,
like
I really, really like your whole kind of aesthetic. Like, I was even telling my girlfriend this, like, when we first confirmed you as a guest, I was like, I love his music. I think it's a very unique thing. And then also, like, even just your photo edits and everything, I think they're so, so sick. Like, I feel like you have this whole kind of world going on. Like, it's so apparent through your creative outlets, like, what you're about, and like you seem so certain about the world that's kind of in your head that you're bringing to life, and I really, really respect that, and I love that.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Man, I honestly feel like it's really crazy for me to like hear this because I feel like I'm always trying to find that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a never-ending journey for sure, you know, but
yeah, for sure.
I think it's more apparent from the outside, you know, like before I felt like I even had a signature sound or anything, people were like, oh, you can always tell it's a recoil track, you know, and like, you know, it just kind of happens, and like it can be very subconscious, I feel like, you know, there's no kind of limitations on.
Well, it's amazing how producing can be a direct like display of like what your interest is, whether it is in like dancing or in art or in stuff like that. Like you can see us video game nerds, a lot of that come through in our music, or movie buffs, we'll be sampling that. So it's interesting how um like even like how you said, like with your signature sound call, and like how a signature with your robot samurai, which honestly conveys your music really well too. And
Yeah.
it's cool that this is a platform that you can actually you can you can go on multimedia in so many ways, and
Yeah,
eventually
totally. People can resonate with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super dope. Thank
I don't know. With NITEPUNK, for example, I feel like I wanna spread it in a way that it's like more appealing, more resonates with people
you. Uh huh.
through like more like life experiences.
Right.
Like, oh, like I've been there too, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But plus also like kind of deliver this like extra vision of like, oh, cool tech, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like small enhancements here and there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what
It's
it's
like
all about, is like furthering kind of what you're doing and trying to figure out the next phase of it and everything, because
yeah, totally.
everything goes in phases, like everybody's music in the history of time like has gone through different phases, and there are
Yeah.
sometimes when core fans like unfortunately can't even appreciate it to some extent, because like they're so tied to like one song or one sound from people, but like I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
difficult spot to be in, but like it's so natural for artists that like I feel like viewers just kind of
Everyone.
have to get on board, like it.
Yeah, real ones probably will always like evolve and develop their sound and should not really care about that concept of like old fans not um, it's not
Uh
appreciated
huh.
because I mean it's like making this music.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Like there will be new fans for that kind of music.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Natural way of continuing that and expanding your sound too is like, obviously you evolve as a person, and like you grow like as like a sound engineer, etc. So as long as you continually just make stuff you want to listen to and what makes you happy,
oh hell yeah, that's like number one mentality that I think every producer should have. Like I like exactly like the music you want to listen to.
Right.
If you're happy about, you're excited about your music, you're like dancing on your music, you're like sick.
Yeah. Yeah. The kind of
That's
stuff.
like the happiest moment. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the kind of stuff that you want to be producing stuff that the whole session you're like into it, like you can vibe to what you're making and everything, like I couldn't imagine producing any other way than that when I'm
I know,
like
man.
strictly doing it just for like the internet or something, like I think it's so much
I've
more fulfilling to wake up and try and put your influences down and like make the dopest shit you possibly can and just like
I think the
you
only
know.
time that I've ever felt otherwise is like meme tracks, but like meme tracks
in fact,
are still they're meme tracks. So that could take. That's more me laughing at myself. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what makes you do
I've
this?
worked with some. Um, Scott, your screen is frozen. Oh, no, back.
Hi. And we back.
You're back.
I guess the stream went
I was
offline.
just so shocked to use operator.
She went offline.
Yeah, and somebody said like stream technical difficulties and
What?
Wow. Oh yeah, take it.
it says it's still live, but
What the heck?
is it loading for you guys right now?
Let me see.
There, now it says it's up again.
Yeah,
What the
you're
hell?
up. Oh, there's so many comments here. Oh man, I didn't even know.
Wow, that's crazy. Sorry about that, everybody. Again, this is the first time using the software, and I'm not totally sure
Yeah, dude.
like how it's supposed to work just yet.
I
So
found. Okay, I'm back.
we got Young River, of course, in the background there.
Yeah. Yo, I got some questions here. Do you guys also have questions
Yeah.
from the group?
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
See if anyone. Do.
Excuse me. I have what flew from
Oh my
Sean.
gosh.
Literally.
That's crazy. How was
All
that?
right. That
Awesome,
Nick
dude.
Music goes. How do you go about finding vocalists for your music? Hard. Oh. How do you guys go about finding vocals?
I typically um kind of go for like either YouTube videos or like um sometimes something I see on Facebook or something might have an area where I can sample, or even TV shows and everything. Like I just capture audio from TV shows or movies and everything. And
Cool.
that's pretty much how I do it. Like 98% of the
I
time.
honestly haven't worked with as many vocalists as I'd like. Like, I mean, I used to use a lot of rap acapellas and then I'd sample them. I've now done some of my own vocals on stuff, which has been fun because it's very similar to writing like a sequence of a drop or something when you're doing rap in your head.
Right.
Yes. But as for uh, like I'd love to work with female vocalists or like a singer. I don't really know how to go about with that. I think it's very similar to Collabro, but being like, I really like your voice, Chuck. That's probably what I would do. Aside from vocalists, yeah, same thing. Just from samples from movies and songs I've ever heard, and just reutilizing them in a way that as
I go after like super old DJ tools, like very old, from like 90s and stuff, whatever I find. And also I like to watch some 90s old scratch routines.
Uh-huh.
They have some dope stuff there. And you can also grab like weird textures and stuff from like super old recording. It's just, I don't know, I think. And also, if I get inspired from a track or something.
That sample from We Go Back, that's the sound of the police. Is that a 90s sample? I like that.
That's the
I recognize it.
KRS-One.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I recognized it. I thought it was sweet.
Yeah, I remember
KRS-One. It's like a funk.
Blue Steel by Downlink and Excision was the first time I ever heard that sample, actually.
Oh shit!
That's the sound of the police.
Yeah. That track is so old. Man.
It's so good.
Yeah, that track was dope.
I loved all the drum step type shit, like especially if Downlink was the one doing it. Like, I don't know, man. He's just on another level. He's always on some other shit.
How do you ask for critique on your music? What is your biggest takeaway from criticism? Okay, for me, how do I take it? How do I ask? Usually, I'm usually always like, "Yo, check this out." but I always have like people that are always honest about like parts how they fail.
Yeah.
And mostly I've been getting less and less like, oh, you should change perspective. You know, like I don't know. I don't know. I just try to kind of see from their perspective, like why didn't they like the sound or something. And if I agree, then I'm like, okay, maybe you're right, because I was not like too sure about something that needed to be changed. But if I'm like super confident about some idea and they still go like, yeah, you should change something, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's why.
remember. Sorry, go ahead,
So
Scott.
you go. I was
Just
just
like
gonna say the
mostly with
best
friends.
the best way to avoid that is make sure like if you aren't open to criticism, make sure you go in like I mean on like a thing that you really like, make sure you go in and be like, hey, I think this kick needs adjustment. Can you confirm
Yeah.
that? But like that's a really good way to approach it. Or you approach criticism like, hey, I know this build really isn't that great right now. Like,
Yeah, always. Yeah,
what can I do to change that? Sorry,
yeah,
Colin.
totally.
Yeah. I'm kind of like. I don't. Lately, I'm like super selective with who I send just work in progresses.
Oh
But
yeah.
like, I'm just trying to be more the person that will like come to friends with a more finished product, so I don't start taking influence from what people are saying until like way along in the process. You know, like I want to make sure that my full idea is out there and everything, because like if you're just starting a raw idea, right, and you have like an 8-bar idea, why would you go and show that to somebody already? Because like you want them to be able to vibe right off the first listen. Like I just got sick of like
Yeah,
making
totally.
impressions with like clips and everything.
Then you get
If
so
that
many
makes sense.
influences, and then you're like, oh, I don't even know, and then the project never really is
Yeah.
being finished.
Yeah, if you're second guessing your own ideas that early in the project, then you're gonna kind of stunt your growth, in my opinion. So
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
That's a
That's a
really
good
good
point.
tip. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. I
How?
think yeah, trusted people, and do it on your own terms. Don't be like someone like obviously you guys know what type of criticism matters to you. Like some other people might resonate better with clips, so don't necessarily go against that, but make sure it's what you're looking for because some people just either like ask for criticism and then never take it or like for me it's very useful. So make sure whatever criticism you get is actually useful and
yeah.
will help drive you forward with your project.
So I actually, I also wanted to add that back in the day, like, um, I'm not gonna say who was involved in this, but there was like this record label I was talking to, and the person who owned it was like, "Yeah, this sounds good, but try like taking all the distortion off." And I was like, "What? Like that's like what my sound is built off of? Like, no."
Did you respond like red at like 3 p.m. as your email?
Yeah, I was like,
That
no,
was
and it wasn't like some nobody that was telling me that either. But I was like, at that point, I kind of realized I was like, I have to put faith in myself, because like, if you want to do shit differently and like really make an impact, then like, not everybody's gonna align with you. It doesn't even matter if they're professionals. Sometimes, like not
Yeah,
everybody will
dude. Honestly,
creatively align
I
with
feel
you.
like most A&Rs, most A&Rs are some great, and I know a lot of amazing ones that actually like know what's dope. But like, I feel like most A&Rs have no idea about like music.
Yeah,
It's so insane, bro.
yeah.
It's insane.
It is crazy.
So insane.
Like
And
it's
they reject you something on something, and then someone else pitches the same idea, and they're like, "Oh wow, this is dope," and I'm like, "You've heard this before,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. It
Like
happens all
what?"
the time.
it's like
Yeah,
that meme that's like, why can't I find a guy like this? And then it's just Lasha like hi, and then no, and he's like, yeah, I'm literally the guy in the picture. Your experience with AR. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it is.
Yeah, I know. It's hit or miss with that.
It's.
So
I just think it's so important to maintain like your beliefs and everything. Like, if my idols were like chasing shadows and like 16-bit, then how are you gonna tell me not to fucking use distortion? Like, no, these guys have made
Or
it and
just be
everything. Like,
creative,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, or just like how do you not expect to for me to like bring something new?
yeah, and that's not to say like a a not to take criticism and or b to like just kind of feel like you know best all the time. But like in
Yeah.
those moments, like it's not like I needed to not use distortion. I just maybe hadn't been skilled enough with it yet for it to work on like a mainstream level or something, but that's kind of
That's all.
Mhm.
that's kind of like the whole thing with like doing this is that you're gonna have to figure out a what you want to do musically, and then b like how you can get better at it. And if it's like a kind of abstract idea, then you're gonna have to figure out how to make it work in a really serious way for people to be able to resonate with it and everything.
Yeah, of course. I think it just like comes down to just like perfecting your
Yeah,
skills.
absolutely. But that's like the fun part of it is
Uh,
that like never ending journey to
yeah, just
get
always trying to
everything
make the
right,
perfect beat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
How okay? How long till you're gonna bop out an EP?
how,
How long? Too long. Sorry.
right now on this street,
Right now. Recently,
it is now
right
on
now.
Spotify.
Yeah.
EP.
Have any EP plans?
I'm still sorting out a 2-track release with ideally uplink audio. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go through there, but and then aside from that, I'm thinking I'm gonna start releasing some singles because I just have a bunch of music kind of backed up right now, and I don't want to be waiting on record label information. So I'm just gonna try and get some images done myself to promote them, and maybe make some of my own video content and everything, and just try and get all of it settled as independently as I can and get it out as quickly as I can.
Yeah, I feel like when you like push that like independent vision, some people some people then have desire to like kind of back you up with their power,
Right.
whoever can. So I feel like it's important to like kind of just show off your vision and everything by yourself. Um, you know, and like at the end of the day, you're like you gotta be doing everything by yourself anyway.
Right.
So help is amazing and like it's like super cool, but like the vision and everything you want to come to life, it's like I feel like you have to be on top.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing for an EP too,
Okay.
which is like for a more return to form kind of EP. Although there are a couple tracks on there that are really unique. They're like similar to my old style, but like at a different tempo. So I'll see if those resonate. I haven't sent them to Sean yet, so we'll see if that resonates with him. And then I'm gonna do another roundtable EP. I decided.
That should be cool.
So yeah, that's like in uh, the early stages right now. I was kind of deciding a bunch of different labels for that, but 12th Planet reached out to me personally, like texted me, and we caught up, and it felt like it was a good home for it. So yeah, so
It's so cool, dude.
on that. aside from that, like I have so many tunes, and I don't know which ones are gonna be accepted at this point. Like I have them in mind, but uh, everything else is just gonna come out through me, pretty much. I have a house EP right now that I'm working on.
I want to hear that.
Yeah, I'll send you.
It's so
I've
good.
been laptop with it. Thanks,
Please.
bro. I think I'm going against what everyone said, and I'm gonna do a different alias for it, just because
Okay.
I would love to be booked for a house set one day, because it's completely different,
Let's see.
completely different vibe, right?
Yo, I
So,
always wanted to ask, like, why Subject 31?
like an insane asylum subject,
Which one?
like an insane asylum subject. So it's like an experiment in an insane asylum. Like I wanted to make really insane music, and I was a huge fan of Batman Arkham Asylum at the time.
Oh, okay.
So I thought of myself being like a patient in like one of those hospital wards, and like that's why I've based a lot of my songs off of like mental disorders. Some of them, unfortunately, I've experienced like insomnia. Like I've made a track named Insomniac. I do
So
have
more like a psychiatric.
yeah.
Uh,
I have an
theme.
EP named Asylum like 5 years ago that came out on
Who remember?
three or four.
Who remember?
Yeah.
Next question. What inspired you to become a DJ? And NITEPUNK again. What inspired me to I never actually wanted to be a DJ. Like concept of DJing was never really my first inspiration when I just wanted to make music.
Same here.
Yeah. I feel like now DJing is just like the way I can perform my music.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's the way to get your music
and
out there.
I love DJing, you know. Yeah, I love DJing. It's so much fun. Getting creative with DJing is also super fun. Making cool edits, you know, mixing two songs in the key. It's so much fun. You're just like, oh, they sound cool together, you know. Honestly, what kind of blows my mind is when DJs who are also producers do not or producers who are also DJs, and they play a set and they don't mix in key, and they just like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, like double dropping a song in like D sharp and
double dropping is
E.
dope. I mean,
E.
yeah, but double dropping is different. It has completely different energy. So I'm saying I don't mean like rhythm music. I mean in general.
Right.
You know, it's like one song is like something like F sharp, and another song is in C. And before the guy actually mixes out one song, you're like,
yeah, it's kind of breaking your head.
It's rough when you're a producer and you hear that because it's no one else noticed time. Because I mean, like unless it's like a really clear like someone singing in a different key over another song, that's like
that's what I mean. Like
that.
Like,
yeah, no. Some when people notice that, yeah, but like it's funny when it's just you because you're just the fucking producer. Yeah. There's a lot of things like that could be.
Like I definitely don't want I definitely don't want some producer or DJ to have something.
Yeah. Of course.
Because I know like okay people won't care, but like I wanna actually make it sound really cool. Because some people then are not really DJs or producers. They have a good ear, you know.
Yeah.
They come to listen to good music.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's just like how like I feel like most of the people that listen to underground producers' music are like producers, you know, like it's a lot of the time people keeping their ears to the ground.
But almost. I mean, if you also like if let's say someone told you that any fuck up you have, sorry, and anything you mess up, you like no one will notice. But like, why will you even try to like do something, like, not even care if it's your set, if it's your show? Like, I want you want to make it dopest,
Yeah.
coolest.
Yeah, of course.
Good thing I just write everything in F. I'm just kidding.
It's like either F or D flat.
Yeah.
Or E flat
Well,
rather.
um, my questions are empty. The question box
Cool. So
is empty.
let's go ahead. I think we can move into our closing questions here. Um, so I have a few questions, Lasha, that I kind of ask like at the end of each episode. So um,
Sure.
the first one is, how do you start your tracks? Like what do you do first typically to kind of get the creative juices flowing, or does it change up almost every time?
It's always different for sure. Sometimes I have something in my head and like I know what I'm gonna do. I come up with beat and bass line and sound design all together, and I'm like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. But sometimes, when I just want to make something, I usually go to samples and like if I get inspired of the sound of a kick or snare or something, it kind of gives me a whole idea about the whole track, like the vibe, and then I'm like, okay, let's make a beat, and then yeah, and then it's always
Yeah.
like a spark, it's always a spark from either a sound or melody, or just my idea just coming
Right.
up in my head.
Awesome.
Before when I was like trying to still like learn how to make music, um, beginner age, I would always
Yeah.
start with drums.
Yeah, drums are always a good place to
Yeah.
start. Real quick, Foxchild Music said the Eptic remix was wild, by the way. Thank you. For anybody who doesn't know, I released a Eptic bootleg on my SoundCloud, and you guys can grab that for free. Um,
I love that.
so moving on, next question. Do you prefer to do most of your sound design within the synth that you're using, or do you kind of like add a bit more at the end, like effects outside of it?
Oh, yeah, yeah, totally. Mostly all the time. I feel like, and you guys also agree. I feel like we've done so much sound design that with no tools. So if I have a sound in my head, I'm usually just like trying to, like, for example, like shape the sound in oscillator a little bit, and then if I need a quick filter movement in my own way, I'll be like,
Uh huh.
okay, Ableton filter, distortion here, phaser from here, all the stuff. Change something from the synth or add something in the synth, and I go back. So it's like I feel like now I have all those tools right here.
Uh
So
huh.
why should I stick with one synthesizer?
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's kind of where I'm
So
at as well.
it's like everything.
So,
It's
uh,
like
just a follow up question: do you do a lot of resampling?
not a lot. I think I should do more, but yeah,
Mhm.
not a lot. Sometimes when computer freezes.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I think when you're like that young, finally has a good computer flex, like you're like, I don't need to resample right now because my
Yeah,
computer can handle
yeah.
31 masters at once. So,
There are a couple
uh,
songs that are based on resampling.
Yeah, sometimes it's a fun way to even just shake up the way you create.
Yeah, but it's also like kind of cool to like leave like crazy sound in
Uh
MIDI
huh.
just to be like, oh, this is
Yeah.
live.
And
sometimes like reversing a synth is nuts,
yeah.
like even just minor
Like
things like that.
fabrication remix, it's completely MIDI. It's no resampling at all.
Yeah.
Really,
It's like straight synthesizer.
Wow. Um.
Yeah, I'm changing like course of FMing while I'm changing the tuning rate and um, pitch bending and like filter movements. It's just all almost like a one huge
So do you
entity.
do a lot of excuse me, not resampling, you do a lot of automation and everything. Do you
Yeah,
like
yeah, for
macro
sure.
a bit, or do you do kind of different automation
I do
ways?
macro. I do macro, but both. Sometimes I go like with I have like Rex. Um, so some Rex have like universally many sounds.
Uh-huh.
I have macros for that, but mostly if I'm creating something from scratch and I still need to do a lot of automations, I usually go straight from like
Uh-huh.
knobs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how I do.
Yeah, a lot of the times I've been doing it a little more so recently, but just like like you said, kind of creating an effect rack and everything, and then mapping like one or two things, like maybe it's like an auto filters cutoff and like the dry wet of a reverb and everything at the same time, just so you have like a quick tool to kind of wash out a sound or something, you know. But that's
Do you
Yeah,
guys tend to reutilize your effects or like your racks? Do you have like ones that are at least good starting points for yourselves that you have laid out, or
no, not really. I mostly have like very distinct ones. They are just like this is the sound
yeah.
and this is the
uh,
sound, this is the
My
sound. But
yeah,
I do change sometimes. But they I feel like those racks are like so full that I feel like I can just like ruin if I add something more. You know.
I feel like that too. I used to overutilize reusing FX racks that I had because like I just realized you could even do it. So I was like, fuck, okay, well, that's nice. But now I don't find myself reusing FX streams at all. So that's why I was
Yeah,
curious.
I don't really have effect chains. Mostly just
So yeah,
sounds.
what I have typically is like I have a couple racks saved. I have one that's like parallel reverb. I have one that's parallel compression. You know, just so I can do it really quickly. Like I can search it up
Ah,
in
okay.
Ableton
Oh,
and
just small ones. Yeah, small ones for sure.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I just don't get like bass fattener and there's like three saturators and like two multi. You
Yeah,
know, it's just
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
what are you putting, dude?
just
What
fuck
is
you.
this?
Yeah.
um, okay, so next question. I know that one got a little off topic, but there was a lot. I don't know. Lasha, personally, like, I know we've said this in the promo, but, like, we both love your music and everything, so, like, it's an honor to be able to just pick your brain a little bit because I love the way you do
Thank
things. I definitely want some of the insight on, like, your process and everything. I really
you.
appreciate and look up to your music, so.
Thank you so
Um,
much, man.
so the next question I have for you is there one track in particular that, like, looking back, you feel like you kind of established your sound with? Like was there one track
Yeah,
that was kind of like that aha moment where, like, you felt you found a night punk, you know?
I think so. Yeah, for sure. I think it's Bound 80.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that fucking song. That's like,
Thank you,
and
thank
that's like the song I think of when I think of your name too. So that's so cool that you said that
you.
because, like,
Really?
it's like
Thank
those
you.
neuro vibes, but like also hybrid vibes, but also like classic like Prodigy kind of vibes too. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh man, it
You
just
know
yeah.
the
works
first
so
I
well.
Bound
heard,
80. Pound 80 is like one of my favorites
Yeah.
still.
the first I heard of yours was your Firepower remix. Actually,
Um, yeah, I was still trying to find my sound there, like the
yeah,
style, you know.
that
But
one
like
was fun.
I feel like after Brown 80, Busta Rhymes remix, Golden Claws is a little back, but still kind of me. But Brown 80, Busta Rhymes remix is just like where I'm trying to go
Yeah.
now, you know. But like those are still very old tracks. I've made like a lot of tracks now, and there are some unreleased stuff I have that I wanna to wrap up as a really really big project. Couple singles. There are probably like I would say like kind of my business card, like those kind of
Yeah.
tracks. Definitely have those unreleased now.
Very cool.
And I think they are more NITEPUNK than anything I've ever put out before.
Awesome. I'm definitely.
That's-
Yeah, we'll be excited for those too. And everybody in the chat, make sure, if you're not following NITEPUNK on social media and everything, do that. Do not miss out on the new releases. Like, his music is great and it's only getting better. So,
Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. But I'm taking a little break because I'm gonna do new management. So
cool.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to wrap up everything in the best way I can.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot to be done all the time as an up and coming producer,
I think the wait is worth it. So.
Yeah, great. Well,
it feels weird though. It feels weird in a way that like I kind of had to like stop the momentum I had going, So I'm like, oh, when am I releasing new track? But I'm sure it's definitely gonna be worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the last question we have for you is, what's one plugin that you use that goes on every project, like something you feel is necessary? It could be a synth or like some kind of compressor or
Multiband compressor.
Multiband
compressor.
Just the stock,
yeah.
The stock Ableton one.
Both. I use Ozone and I use stock multiband.
Gotcha. The only thing I didn't like about the multiband dynamics in Ableton is that it's stuck on 3-band. I guess you really don't need much more than that, but I do.
I'm definitely. I use those for like different reasons.
Yeah.
So that way it kind of fulfills each other.
Yeah.
But multiband compression is like, I feel like if you master multiband compression, it's like you're set.
Yeah, of course, because you're.
It's literally like magic to me. Like it saves my life all the time.
Of course. I don't know if you process your mid like on a group, and like your drums as a group or anything, but like I find in those situations, like especially on my mid range, like the basses and everything, I love multiband compression as like almost like the last effort on that group to kind of get things to like really be cohesive and everything. Because when you think about compressing and the detection of multiple bands like independently, it just really helps you even out the whole sound. Whereas a regular compressor is gonna react to all the frequencies coming in. So like if one sound has more low end than the others, that's gonna hit the compressor and engage it. So like, I don't know, it gets the job done in a really efficient and clean kind of way. So.
Yo guys, my computer's glitching. I have to connect to the electricity.
That's okay. I think we're about to finish up here anyway. So is there anything?
Yeah.
It's like gonna shut down.
There's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is there anything last minute that you'd like to plug, Lasha? Is there anything upcoming other than obviously like the EPs we're talking about?
Yeah. Right now, pretty much the management thing is on my mind, and I don't think I can mention what's the management.
Gotcha.
But I'm just like right now. I'm just trying to finish all those originals. It's gonna be pretty much like a kind of planning in the long run. So right now, all I'm doing is just like working and trying to like make music.
Gotcha.
So yeah, this is like my main thing right now. But and just like working on like different projects, musically or visually. Uh, um, you know, just getting ready for like a kind of relaunch.
Awesome.
That's what's with me pretty much right now.
Well, we're sitting patiently and excited for you, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Thank
Um,
you. Really, really, this guys.
Scott, is there anything that you'd like to end with or plug? Anything you got coming up or?
Oh, not particularly, but I'm excited to be rebranding like my old kind of brand again. Like I'm going, it's really fresh. It's like something it's old but new, and I'm really excited. And I think things are going to be a lot more streamlined and more focused for me in the near future. So I'm very excited to be on the right track.
Cool.
Awesome.
Send me the healthy pee.
Yes, dude, I will. It's halfway done. So
Yeah, and I can't wait to hear it.
Scott, when do you get your computer?
uh, I'm hoping like literally at any like tomorrow, like it's any day right now because it's in the mail. The good thing is uh like there were more issues. It's a bad thing, but there's more issues with my laptop than I knew, and I had a warranty purchase, like an insurance on it, and uh, I'm glad that everything worked out and everything's fixed, and it's going to be better than ever. And I'm going to kind of isolate myself a little bit and just produce these next few weeks. I start school September 4th, so up until that day, even in the first few weeks of school, I'm just going to be like a hermit working on music because I have so much stuff that's this close to being done that if I just like focus myself and make sure it gets done as well as possible, you guys are going to at least hear 31 new songs from me. So.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well,
I'm almost
I don't think I have very definitely now.
all right, guys. Well, thank you, Lasha NITEPUNK, for being
for having me.
seriously a pleasure, and hopefully we can have you back again soon.
Yeah, man, I'm down.
So
Thank you for being evening punk, a day punk.
middle of the night punk. All right, guys. It's been awesome. This is episode 66. In the next few days, we'll try and lock down another guest for episode 67. And make sure if you're not already part of the group, you go to facebook.com/groups/MacHopMilitia. You can kind of keep up with us there. Give us questions before the streams. If you want us to, address anything in particular during the streams, or if you have tracks to submit, we're always open to that. So until next time, guys, hopefully see you in a couple weeks here.
Later.